All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the Detroit Lions 41-38 victory on the road against the Los Angeles Chargers this afternoon. Despite going just 4-13 on third downs, they had 533 total yards of offense. They had 200 rushing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Jared Goff did a phenomenal job throwing for over 300 passing yards. It was an absolute shootout, and a win is a win, and we're going to dissect everything in this afternoon's victory. But before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Lions fans, I love you guys so much. Seriously, words cannot describe it. If we could try and get this video to 500 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. So you're coming off of your bye week, and I gotta say, 41 points. This was beautiful. The Lions are now 7-2. This is one of the best teams in not only the NFC, but in the NFL in general. And it has me thinking to myself, because a lot of people have been, especially during that bye week when there was no Lions football, a lot of people have been nitpicking this team saying, oh, you know what? They lost 6-38 against the Baltimore Ravens. They gave up 37 points to the Seattle Seahawks. And I can only imagine that people are going to say, because they gave up 38 to the Chargers, that they are not a legitimate Super Bowl threat. Folks, this is one of the best teams in the league. I mean, this is undisputedly a top 5 team in the National Football League, and I don't know when it changed, but it changed in the last 5 years or so, and I think it has to do with, like Twitter and social media and what have you, everybody just having opinions, which they should. That's not the point here. But I don't know when it became in sports, but football especially, that you need to win 17 games every single season, and all 17 of those wins need to be pretty, and they need to be sexy, and more importantly, they need to be perfect, because that's not the way it's been, and that's not the way it's ever been. So when I look at this Detroit team, 41 points. 41 points. Jared Goff went 23 of 33, 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. They had a beautiful fourth quarter drive. They had a beautiful first half in general where they put up 24 total points. David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs absolutely lit it up in the first half. David Montgomery, 12 carries, 116 yards, along a 75 and a touchdown. Man, that was insane. What was the probability of that? Like 0.01%. David Montgomery is back, folks, and he averaged 9.7 yards per rush this afternoon, followed by jack of all trades, playmaker himself, first round draft pick out of the University of Alabama, Jahmyr Gibbs. 14 carries, 77 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Now, unfortunately for myself, I played him in fantasy football this weekend, but thankfully, I also won, so it really didn't matter, and it was just even better because Jahmyr Gibbs absolutely lit it up, and the Lions ended up winning the game. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 8 catches, 156 yards, and a touchdown. I don't know what it is, because the Lions have been getting a lot of praise as the season has gone on. It started off with the victory on the road at Arrowhead, the first game of the season, when people kind of started to finally be like, all right, you know what, maybe that 9-8 after starting 1-6, maybe that wasn't a fluke. Amon-Ra St. Brown's one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League. Khalif Raymond, 2 catches, 2 big catches for 46 yards. Sam Laporta, the rookie tight end, 4 catches for 40 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs chips in with 3 catches for 35 yards. And then the beautiful 25-yard touchdown pass from Jared Goff to Brock Wright. Also saw 2 catches for 18 yards from Jameson Williams. We also saw 2 catches for 15 yards from Josh Reynolds. Everybody was getting some action. No DPJ today, but 7 different receivers caught a ball this afternoon by Jared Goff and this Detroit Lions offense. Now, here's the thing, all right? When I was watching this game today, I don't know what it was, but this defense reminds me a lot of the Kansas City Chiefs of last season, because I covered and I followed the Kansas City Chiefs pretty thoroughly last year, as it was my first year getting into the National Football League coverage game. And so I was watching a lot of Chiefs games, and I noticed, it's a very young group. The Chiefs were a very young group, but by the season, as the season progressed, I forget who it was. I think it was Justin Reed. Somebody said, look, man, you guys aren't rookies anymore. So we could sit here and be like, all right, they gave up 30 plus to the Seahawks. They gave up 30 plus to the Ravens. They gave up 30 plus to the Chargers. But here's the thing. The Lions are still 7-2. You're still one of the best teams in the league, and you're still one of the best teams in the NFC. Look, if the Detroit Lions are the first seed in the NFC this upcoming season, watch out. I mean, watch out for the Lions in general, regardless of whatever seed they get. I don't want to get too ahead of myself because, Detroit Lions' recent track record, not to be disrespectful here, but, I understand some skepticism from Lions fans. I just want to say this defense, I genuinely think by the end of the season, and because of a lot of these young players, it's just such a young group. It's such a young defense. Kerby Joseph with the interception. Cam Sutton, new addition. Alex Anzalone holding down the fort at linebacker. Aiden Hutchinson, one of the most intriguing, most talented defensive end / young players in the National Football League itself. Brian Branch, the rookie. A lot of these guys are extremely young. I mean, they're clearly extremely talented, but I don't have any concerns. I don't know what the media is going to say about this game today. It should be nothing but props. It should be nothing but respect for this Lions team, putting up 41 points and getting that victory on the road against Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers. But if anybody says anything about this defense, trust me, man, I have faith in Aaron Glenn. I have faith in these young kids. This defense is talented. Statistically, eye test, whatever stat, whatever you want to use, whatever metric you want to use, the Detroit Lions defense is legit. Now, obviously, they're missing some critical guys like new addition Mosley, new addition CJ Gardner-Johnson. They're missing some key guys mainly in the defensive back unit, but guys are just stepping up. Guys are just making plays. To me, we have to keep in mind, if we zoom out really quickly, the Detroit Lions at this point last season were 1-6. They were 1-6. The Detroit Lions this time, or around this time last season, one full calendar year ago, they were 1-6. So it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And the defense is only going to improve as, the seasons and as these games continue to go on, as these players continue to develop, as they continue to get better and better and better. But as the seasons go on and you continue to upgrade, etc. But we're focused on this season. And at the end of the day, man, the Detroit Lions are 7-2. And nobody is going to complain about that. And it had me thinking, I was thinking about this because I was watching, on the NFL Network earlier today, or maybe it was yesterday, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm a Packers fan now. So I was watching the Steelers-Packers game in that Super Bowl many moons ago. And I was thinking to myself, like, I was very young at the time, maybe like 12, 11, 13, whatever, however old I was. I don't get it. Every year we could even use, we could use the Packers from 15 or so years ago, which feels crappy to say, or we could use the Chiefs of last season. Wins are wins. And not every win needs to be a complete blowout. Just because you won 41-38 as opposed to 41-18, you still won. And the Detroit Lions are still a great football team. So we're going to take it week to week, but this team is steadily improving game to game. All right. So that's it for tonight, man. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Lions fans, NFL fans, most important part of this video. Let me know your thoughts on this Chargers-Lions game down below. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we will see you next time.